Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Massive Russian drone attack on Ukraine last night, and it is the 21st and 22nd of January 2025. Well, Trump threatens Putin, and I will explain how and if that works. Basically, he blackmails him in a certain way to show up at a negotiating table to negotiate. But if you threaten someone and that person comes to negotiate because you threatened him, that means when he comes to negotiate, you can keep threatening him. There's no negotiation, actually. I will explain. 1,000 North Korean troops killed in Kursk, the BBC says. And Zelensky wants 200,000 peacekeeping forces in Ukraine. Just a foot in the door. Now I wonder, peacekeeping. I wonder if Russia breaks the whatever truth is gonna be instilled or put together, agreed upon. What will those 200,000 NATO troops do? Get in a hot war with Russia? Yeah, so they got it. These guys got the Europeans in the Third World War. They think they will be able to contain it. Well, it's up to us to figure things out and oppose that. So let's start with the first article, first topic, the major Russian attack on Ukraine. Ukrainska Pravda, the 22nd of January 2025. Ukraine downs 65 drones out of 99 launched by Russia on 22nd January. 30 disappear from radar. Russia launched nearly 100 strike drones on Ukraine on the night of 21st to 22nd January. Air defense forces shot down 65 of them, while 30 failed to reach their target. So they got what, 95? So that means what, 4? Nothing happened to them? Alright, so the Russians launched them from Crimea, Milerovo, Bryansk, Kursk, Orel, and Primorsko-Akhtarsk. I'm assuming Crimea is from Cape Chauda. Let me show you where that is located. Right here, this is the Crimean Peninsula. Probably from this area, this is Cape Chauda, where the Russians launched their missiles. Then drones. Primorsko-Akhtarsk is across from the Sea of Azov, is right here, the second one. Then we got Milerovo, which is right here where this weird thing is. This is Milerovo. And then the other ones are from north and northeast, which is Bryansk, Oriol, Kursk. So this area right here, from the east right here, and from the south and southeast. Let's see what they attacked. They attacked Poltava, Sumy, Kharkiv, Cherkasy, Chernihiv, Kiev, Khmelnytsky, Dnipropetrovsk, Mykolaiv, and Odessa Oblast. So these are located. They said Khmelnytsky here, this area here, Odessa, Mykolaiv, this area here as well. So they didn't attack the Polish side of Ukraine. Next, Ukrainian forces shot down 65 out of 99, the same thing. And the other one is from New Voice of Ukraine, the same piece of information. We're going to jump to Trump. Trump warns Putin, negotiate or face tougher sanctions. So, all right, let's say you want to sell cucumbers. But I don't want to sell them to you because I think you want them for free. You want them cheap. But you say, Emil, or whomever, Gigi, I want you to sell me the cucumbers. I want to negotiate. And Gigi or whomever says, no, I don't want to do that. And then the other guy says, you know what? I'm going to you up if you don't come to negotiate the price. So that means if you show up to negotiate the price, the guy can use the same threat to have it for free. If you don't sell it to me for free or for $1, I will fuck you up. What are you going to do? So you gave in to the first threat, right? You face tougher sanctions if you don't come to negotiate. When you come to negotiate, I'm going to say, if you don't agree with this, you're going to face tougher sanctions. That means you come here for me to tell you what to do, so I don't smack you. So it sounds beautiful, but it's not. So you give in one time, he's going to use the same threat next. Like the bullies. The bullies, their threat is they're going to punch you in the face. So hey, come over here. If you give in to that and you come to the guy, The next one is, why? You're afraid if you don't come here, I'm going to punch you in the face. Then you come over. Hey, what do you have in your pockets over there? If you don't, I'm going to punch you in the face. You're going to show him, oh, I want that, what you have in the pockets. If you don't, I'm going to punch you in the face. You give it to him. So that's not in any negotiation. It's just imposing someone your tyrannical wish. So Trump wants Putin negotiate, or we're going to, what? Fuck you up? Why should the Russians come over? No, meet you in the battlefield. I was about to say something. So that's how these guys negotiate. I thought that the art of the deal, right? Isn't that what it is? The art of the deal. Remember, the art of the deal teaches you in two equal, how should I put it, entities. The same rights. Well, no threats. If you don't come to negotiate, don't sell me the product at the right price, I'm going to send these guys to destroy your shop. Is that the art of negotiation? And if you say yes, well, I hope it happens to you at the receiving end. And see how just that is. You can't just pretend you are just. You have to be just across the board. Unless you say, I'm a thug, I'm going to get it. And that's exactly what's going on here. I'm a thug, but I pretend I'm a nice guy. You're not a nice guy. Next one. According to these guys, New Voice of Ukraine, a BBC actually, because BBC never lied, 1,000 North Korean troops killed in Kursk Oblast. BBC says, man, approximately 1,000 North Korean soldiers had died in Russia's Kursk Oblast as of mid-January. The BBC's Russian service reported, citing Western officials. I trust them as the weathermen. Zero. Didn't they say that they don't know who blew the Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines? Please, my friends, where is Kursk? Just, as a geography, I like to see where things occurred, and I will share that with you. So Kursk is this NATO incursion in Russia, where they think they're going to go to Kiev. Now remember, they think that with this one, they're going to get Putin negotiate. Now look how big that invasion is. Where's Moscow? Right there. That's successful to a certain extent, because the Russians, as of now, did not push them out. But to think that, hey, by the way, look what I got over there, the big invasion of Kursk. Fuck off. All right? So that's one. The North Koreans died. All right. And what are you going to do about it? Oh, you want NATO to come and fight for you? You want the Europeans to die for you? And I'm not addressing this to the Ukrainians, the Zelensky. All right, and let's see what Zelensky actually wants. Zelensky demands at least 200,000 peacekeepers on Ukrainian soil. Don't be fooled. This is just a foot in the door so they get Europe in a third world war for them. You know who them are? Fewer troops would amount to nothing, Kiev leader has reportedly said. Ukrainian leader, because he's Ukrainian, Zstein, has reportedly urged European nations to deploy at least 200,000 troops. At least is the minimum, so it could be 3 million in his country to enforce a potential ceasefire agreement with Russia. This guy is just delusional. You're not going to be, after this thing ends in Ukraine, you're not going to be in charge of Ukraine. You got that? You're going to go to, I don't know, London, New York, or who knows where in that area. He said lower number of foreign peacekeepers would amount to nothing. From all the Europeans, 200,000. It's a minimum. It's a minimum. Otherwise, it's nothing. All right, this guy. So why? Let me tell you why. It's a peace. Psh. Now, peace agreements were broken. Like Minsk agreements were broken by that fucker over there that I featured, right? And many others. So you make a peace agreement. The Russians will be baboons. Yeah, okay, we're winning, but we're going to give you this. And then these guys deploy the troops over there, minimum 200. I will give them 800. That's an 800,000 European troops, white European troops. And they're going to go over there. And they're going to stay over there. And all of a sudden, someone breaks the truce, the peace. Like Zelensky broke the Minsk agreements when he said, I don't like anything about the Minsk agreements that my country signed and became international law. Minsk agreement in 2015, the second one is international law. So I don't like anything about this one. So he broke that one and the war started again because the evil Russians attacked and invaded unprovoked and unjustifiable. Okay? So let's say the Russians are upset with something and they break this. What? Break the promise, break the peacekeep. The peace, how do you call it? Peace treaty. All right? What do you think will happen? Those troops are over there to keep the peace. That means they're going to be activated to fight the Russians. Finally, the Europeans are going to fuck themselves for the third time. At whose fucking interest? Pardon my Yiddish. Huh? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.